DanganRonpa.
Welcome to another DeathCount, the series where we predict and discuss things happening in the DanganRonpa 3 anime. I am your host, Omega Borrowing, here as always bringing you the DanganRonpa goodness you like. Well, week 9 of the anime is here, and I think we can agree that this one was the deadliest one yet, as not only we lost over 4 characters in the future side, but also there were happenings in the first side. There are quite a few things to talk about this week, so why don't we get right into it? First, let's get into future this week as we got the deadliest episode yet, because we lost 4 people, especially one huge character from DanganRonpa 1. So the following characters are out of the game: Yuzo, Ruka, Miyajabot, and it pains me to say Kyoko are all out of the killing game. It really was something this week, especially Kyoko. I really did not expect them to kill so many characters in one episode. I really have no idea how this anime will end, but something is for sure. The ending to this anime will either make or break this whole series. Now, I think we should get a little more into 2 of the deaths in this week's episode, this being Ruruka and Kyoko. I will tell you now that I never expected Ruruka to die, especially since she was the last girl from the new characters. But I was more surprised with the way she died, especially how violent it was. It really was an ironic death that makes you think that the traitor really hated her. One of the big things about her death, it was that she was not hanged out like the others. Not sure why the traitor did this one a little different. Another thing to come out of this was more proof towards a very interesting theory about how the murders are actually suicides. I won't go too much into detail, but the basics of it is that the monitors are doing something to the players of the game, making them kill themselves. If you notice, there's always a monitor flashing red near the deaths. I don't know if I fully buy it, but I do think there's something odd about the monitors, and the person that will be a suspect of it is Mirai. So who knows, we have to wait and see, but I suspect someone could be using his anime. I will be leaving a link to it below if you guys want to read it. Now let's get into the biggest thing to come out of future this week. Of course, I am talking about the death of Kyoko, something that I predicted a few episodes back if you remember, in one of my past DeathCount videos. She was the only death that could affect Naegi big time. While everyone was fooled by Togami, I knew they were ready to kill her off. Her death was by forbidden action, as if Naegi stayed alive all the way to the 4th time limit, she will die. I find her code interesting because it kinda relates to the Chisa forbidden action, that it was that she dies if Munakata dies. If you really think about it, they are kinda related, as Munakata and Naegi are the main guys. Their love interests get affected by their actions. Now, there are some people that think that she is not really dead, and this is another fake out by Kodaka. This is due to a bottle that was beside her that looks pretty similar to the Seiko Cure W that she failed to use on Bandai. I guess she, knowing that she was going to die, could have picked it up and drink it before going to sleep, to create some kind of defense against the poison, but if you look at her face, to me it seems she was hit by the poison, as the others. As you know, I think the best for this series is for her to die, as another fake out would be cheap. But as more time goes by, the more I think she's not dead. So if they are bringing her back, I think the best is to wait till the last episode so the fake out does not feel too cheap. If there's something good to come out of so many deaths, is that whoever the traitor is, we can be sure is one of the remaining characters, as I don't think the killer is someone that we had not seen. That would be really dumb. I also think that episode 10 will be an important episode for the future. I am expecting the 13th director to finally be revealed, or at least mentioned. So by this point in the anime, I had decided to stop doing predictions, but you guys feel free to keep doing them. Now, let's move to the first side this week, as some interesting things happen in it. I think the big one is that Chisa was brainwashed by Junko, and this puts the future anime in an interesting position. As since day one, there have been people saying Chisa is the mastermind, but I personally don't think so. The key here is, was she still despair all the way back to future, or was she somehow cured? Could they have used the Neo World program? This will explain why Munakata hates Despair so much. Or it could be that Chisa was in fact still Despair all the way to future. If you think about it, this could explain how that copy of the building was built. It could be Chisa has something to do with it. Also, this whole thing makes me think some of the Towa propaganda was true. If you remember, they say that the true ultimate despair was in the Future Foundation. I really don't know how this is all going to play out, but with the way the episode ended, I get the idea that next time we see Class 77, they will be all dispersed already, alongside Chisa. To me, it looks like the class will do something horrible to Chiaki. I hope I am wrong, but everything is pointing to that. Then we have what Mikan did to Chiaki, and I have no idea why she did that, but I think Junko ordered Mikan to get Chiaki away from the class, possibly to have an easier time making them disperse. Then we have Chisa, that I don't know what her game is. I'm sure Junko ordered her to do something like fooling Chiaki for a reason. I think this is all a big despair-inducing plan. I really don't know if Chiaki will die because we still don't know nothing about the Chiaki AI, or she having any interactions with Fujisaki or any of the other people that work on the Neo World program. One more thing, if Chisa was not a despairing future, then why did she not do more to help the 77 class? After all, let's say she was cured. Why would she not want to do that to her beloved students? There's something odd here about her in future. Anyway, I think this episode marks the end of any happy moments in Class 77. One final thing that we saw in this episode was Junko letting Mitarai go after giving him thanks for the anime. If anything, this whole scene made me question him more. The possibility that he is behind the future stuff gets bigger by the day. Now, it's time to see if any of you predicted any of the deaths in this week's episode of Future. As always, please remember that I will only count one outcome and the top 20 comments that got it right. So enjoy! Those were the comments, well done. Extra points for anyone that predicted Kyoko. So that's the video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and please remember to share and leave a like. This is Omega Bowling. See you guys next time. Bye.